Hi there, welcome to week 3, session 2 of our beginners course. And today we're going to build on those standing poses. So we'll revisit some that you've already done and also add in a couple of new ones in there too. All right, so we are going to start standing up. Why not? And find our mounting pose. Just this pose is a pose. Yep, so what I want you to do is grip the floor with those toes. Find the energy in those feet. Let the energy be drawn up through the earth all the way up through the legs. Let the palms face forwards, shoulders relax, take a breath. And again, feel those strong legs. Take one more. Nice, take a big breath in, reach your arms all the way up. As you breathe out, let's fold all the way down to the ground. Remembering here, bend your knees as much as you need to get your chest on the thighs. Let the head relax, no pressure in that neck. Begin to notice what is happening in the hamstrings, in the back of these legs, and also in this lower back. Take a big breath. Now you're going to inhale and you're going to lift up halfway. This is where the legs do straighten and the back is straight. So either fingertips to the ground, to your shins, or to your thighs, whichever one feels the best. Take another breath. Nice, then inhale and exhale as you fold forwards again. Nice. Now slowly start to roll all the way up to stand. Slowly, slowly, slowly rebuilding that spine. Take a big breath in, reach up. And as you exhale, fold forwards again. Hands come down to the ground. Find your all fours. So we're in this tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Make sure wrists are under shoulders. Your knees are hip distance apart. You're going to tuck the toes and let's find our downward facing dog. So send the hips up and back. Remembering again, the legs don't have to be straight. They can be bent. Your heels don't have to be down. They can be lifted. But what does have to happen, that back needs to be nice and straight. You need to relax the head down to the ground. No pressure again in the neck or the face. Relax the jaw. Take a big deep breath here. Noticing what's happening in the back of those legs. Maybe start to paddle out those legs a little bit. So lift one heel, then the other. Maybe dip a hip one side, then the other. What does that feel like? And then hold it nice and still. See if you can tip your tailbone that little bit higher. Nice. And then bend those knees, looking to the top of your mat and start to make your way to the top. Finding that forward fold again. So knees bent, chest on the thighs, head relaxes down and slowly roll all the way up to stand again. Nice, rolling those shoulders down and back, so don't have those shoulders hunched up. Let's take our warrior one. So right leg stays forward. You're going to long step back with this left leg. So anchoring that back foot down, just on that angle, that 45-degree angle. Taking the arms up, torso faces front. Make sure this front knee and ankle are in line. And the front heel, back heel, more or less in line. However, with your warrior one, you want to draw this back hip around, but that doesn't work for everybody because not everybody's built the same way. So you may have to step this back leg a little bit wider for the pose to feel right for you. Yep, so you want that sensation of this back hip, this left hip drawing forwards, chest forwards, palms facing each other. Just take a big deep breath here. Easy peasy. Now let's move into warrior two. So opening up the arms, legs don't move unless you've stepped that foot wide. You may want to bring it back. So nice strong arms, but relax the shoulders. We don't want the shoulders hunched up. Notice this front knee over the ankle. Your ankle should be somewhere in the wrist area. So you really do want that long stance. See if you can turn out this knee a little bit so you find that stretch on this inner thigh. Gaze across the middle finger of that front hand. Find your breath. Nice. Now transitioning into our high lunge. So turn again to face the front like you were in your warrior one, but the difference now is you're going to come onto the tiptoes of that back foot. So this is your high lunge position. Strong back leg. Check that front knee and ankle are still in line. And always adjust if they're not. Nice. Now finding our runner's lunge, bringing the hands down to the ground. Remember, you can use a block either side of this front foot for this one. So nice, strong lunge position again. Knee and ankle in line, back leg super strong. Plant your left hand down on the ground and reach this right arm up. Looking up if you can. Take a big breath here. Nice, and bringing this hand back down to the ground. And we're going to lower this back knee to the ground, untuck the toe, finding our low lunge. Reach the arms up high. Nice, and then again, left hand down, right arm reaches. Take a big breath. Bringing this hand back down again, and we're going to head into our downward facing dog. So tuck in the back toe, plant your hands down, lift the back knee, and step this front foot back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Spread your fingers wide, remember gripping the mat. And then we're just going to lift up our right leg just to see what it feels like. So lift up that right leg, three-legged dog. Try and keep your hips level with each other. So don't be lifting this right hip back, there's no need for that. And then place that foot back down. Then bend the knees, look to the top of your mat and make your way to the top. Finding that forward fold, bend the knees, chest on the thighs, head relaxes. And then roll up to stand. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's do the other side, shall we? So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward folds again. Bending the knees, chest on the thighs. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten the legs, straighten the back, either hands to the ground, shins or thighs. Exhale into fold. Slowly rolling all the way up to stand. Nice and controlled. Nice. This time we're going to step back with our right leg. We're going to find that warrior one on this left side. So right foot steps back and it's on that angle, that 45-degree angle. Check your front knee. Left knee over the ankle. Chest faces front, palms face in. Find your breath. Remembering to try and draw this back hip around. And if it doesn't work for you, step that back foot a little bit wider. Nice. Transitioning now to our warrior two. So legs stay the same unless you've stepped that foot wide. You may want to step it back in. Open up the arms. Arms are at shoulder level. Gaze across that middle finger. Turn out this front knee a little bit. Find the stretch on the inner thigh. Take a breath. Nice. Now come back to warrior one. Turn to face front, arms high, and then come onto the tiptoes of that back foot to find your high lunge. Strong back leg. Check your front knee. Remember, this is also balancing. So if you feel like you're all over the shop, it's quite normal that. So find a point of focus, find your drishti point. Nice. Now let's come down to that runner's lunge. Hands come down. Remember, use the blocks if you need it. Right hand plants down, left arm reaches up. Can you look up? Nice, bringing the hand back down. Lower the back knee, untuck this back toe, reach up into this low lunge position. Nice, right hand down again, left arm up again, looking up. Take a breath. Nice, hand comes down to the ground. We're going to find down dog, tuck your back toe, lift the knee, step back to that downward facing dog position. Make sure you're all set up right. Spread the fingers wide, gripping the mat, and let's see what it feels like to lift up that left leg. Remember, keeping the hips level with each other. Nice, and then bring that foot back down, finding that down dog. Take a big deep breath. And bend the knees, look to the top of your mat and start to make your way to the top to find your forward fold. Bend the knees, chest on the thighs, head relaxed. Start to roll all the way up. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so standing up nice and tall. Reaching the arms overhead, clasp the fingers together and push the palms away. Take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, tip to the right. Inhale to the center, and exhale, tip to the left. Coming all the way back to the center, releasing those hands and bringing the hands to the waist. Stepping your feet nice and wide, and we're going to take a wide leg forward fold here. So in your forward fold, you want to turn the feet in ever so slightly, not too much, okay? Hands to the waist, take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to start to fold forwards. Oh, do my hip. Then release the hands down to the ground, let the head relax. Now, maybe you're way up here, maybe you need blocks under the hands. So if this is the first time you've done this wide-legged forward fold, then it may be a bit of a shock to those inner thighs. So you do you. Again, remember, let the head relax, let the face relax. Now, as in our forward fold where our legs are together, you don't want all the weight in the heels of your feet, so grip the toes, grip the mat with the toes. Try and find that little tipping forward sensation. Not too much, but just make the toes and the feet do some work. How does this feel? Are the legs straight or have you got a bend in there? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you do you. We're trying to work on getting into these inner thighs, into the back of the thighs too. Nice. Now you're going to lift up halfway. So here again, back is straight. And bring the hands to the waist. Start to come all the way up. Nice. Now we're going to walk the feet in a little bit and find a pose called Goddess. So this is where now the toes face out and we're going to sink deep into this deep squat position. Yeah, keep the hand to the waist just for now. Take a breath. See if you can tuck your tailbone underneath. And when you do that, do you feel a bit more sensation in here? I'll bet you do. Okay, bring the palms together. Just take a breath. Can we do one more? Nice. Now we're going to transition from this to our runner's lunge. So slowly turning to the right, coming, swiveling on that back toe, pointing this right toe straight ahead and finding that runner's lunge. Strong back leg, knee over the ankle, and then plant the hands down on the ground and you're going to step back and find a plank position. So send that right leg back. Nice. So everything in line, adjust if you need to, wrists under shoulders, feet hip distance apart. Gaze at that space between the hands. Nice. And then we're going to take knees, chest, chin pose, which is kind of an introduction before we head into what's called our chaturanga. So it's exactly what it says on the tin. Lower the knees. Lower the chest, lower the chin, and then slide forwards, finding your cobra or your baby cobra. So here, make sure wrists are under the shoulders, shoulders are relaxed. You might have a bend in the elbows, that's absolutely fine. Try and keep the elbows close to the body. Let your hips drop. Take a breath. And then we're slowly going to push back to find our child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. Sink those hips back, reach those arms out in front. Take a breath. Just one more. Perfect. Bring yourself all the way up to that kneeling position again. Knees come together. And that is your standing poses session done for this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Do let me know how you got on, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.